Enjoy the music. It's the only time you'll hear it. Don't know why. After about 20 attempts, we finally got this to work. I'm not sure why. It's probably Windows related. Windows has a bit of a hiccup for 1 millisecond. I'm loading these in from a cassette adapter, you know, like people used to use with the MP3 player in the car, connected to the headphone socket on the laptop. Laptop's a dual core 2.4 gigahertz Dell, and it's running Windows XP, so there's no real problem with that. It's only Service Pack 2 as well. And we're playing the audio files from a VLC media player, but most of the time it doesn't load. It may be something to do with the fact that at one point it actually stops the tape motor for like 1 or 2 seconds while it's resetting itself, doing some sort of soft reset, and then it comes back on. But the pause on the tape, you know, the WAV file from the tape image, is not really long enough. So around 5 minutes you have to sit there waiting and press the space bar when it like goes silent, and then the CPC will reset, and then obviously when you hear the cassette motor come back online, you press space again, and that seems to work, even though it's not really chopping off much of the wee, just the tape anyway. But the music is not the same as the ST version, I noticed that as well. I thought it was, but it isn't. I always thought that was weird. The same thing with quite a few games actually. Ghosts and Goblins is another one. Technically they're the same sound chip. AY and YM, very little differences, and most of them have to do with the disc controller, because on the ST the sound chip has got something to do with the disc controller, I think. Not 100% sure. Right, player 1 select, so we're going to go joystick port 1, number 2, and key for toggle, which basically means if you want to keep facing the way you were facing, and then move the joystick to move your character but still facing the same way, so you could like move left to right but shoot up the screen. I'm going to go space for that. For player 2, we're going to go for joystick 2 and toggle for him to be enter, although no one's allowed around my house. Let's try this. Now when I tried this yesterday, I had to use the keyboard. So I don't know what happened yesterday, that might have been a slightly failed load, but it didn't crash after about 7 hours. I left it running. So this game runs fine. Absolutely fine, it's very acceptable until you get about 4 or 5 soldiers on the screen, or an explosion like that. So they're not very intelligent, the soldiers, but the graphics are great on this game. It's one of those games, along with Highway Encounter, that I refuse to play on the C64. I'd rather play it on my friend's Amstrad. Yeah, it's best not to dilly-dally actually. So yeah, the screen is small, but the graphics are really nice. Much better than the C64, but that's because of the way the graphic artist has used the C64 palette. They might not have ever been exactly the same, but it could have been a lot better. Whee! You have to be careful not to touch it. That's the thing. execution style, man. So yeah, this is a really nice game on the Amstrad. Probably one of the best. You can live with a slowdown, I must admit. I'd rather play this version with a bit of slowdown than the C64 hideous turquoise infested rubbish. They do sneak up from behind. I don't know if they do that on the C64 version. I was heading straight up. I should probably use the other zip stick, the one that's in mint condition. That's plugged into new Old Faithful at the moment. I haven't really done anything with that. Ooh. Now I could actually go around him, but you've got 50 grenades to start with, so there we go. So yeah, like I said, best not to dilly dally around, because they do sneak up from behind them. And they still get me in it. So yeah, my mate had this, which is why I didn't buy it on the C64, and I had an ST anyway. I did used to buy C64 games when I still had an ST. Bubble Bobble is one. Come on, man. Ooh, no. I thought I got him. They're getting a bit cheeky there. Small bomb for you there, sir. And one for you too, thank you, madam. So if you toggle it now, you'll always be facing forward, so maybe that works better for you. But not in that case. Does the toggle still stay? No, you have to press it again. Yeah, it doesn't really work in that situation. Obviously I did get quite far when I loaded it up yesterday, but you won't believe me anyway, so once you get the tank, it's pretty good for you, not for them. You have to be careful not to blow the bloody tank up. Yeah, I really need to set up the other zip stick. So you have to be careful when you get in the tank not to go anywhere near the mic. There we go. Woo. Now of course now you have to use your grenade. And you have to fuel up the tank as well, obviously. And the tank is very delicate like Millennial, so you have to be a bit careful there. You know what, I'm going to sit on the floor and play this because that's a bit of a weird angle with the chair. It's a price you pay for having so many systems in 11 by 11.5 foot room. And of course you can just run them over. That never happened before. Ah, bloody hell. Now we're a bit stuck, isn't it? Nah, we're losing lives left, right and centre now. I don't like this. Give me another tank, you bastard. Why can't I get him? And who got me there then? See, this is what I mean. When I had the tank on this bit, I was doing fantastic. So you got to look after your tank, mate. You have to be a bit accurate with it. Ooh, bloody hell. Ah! Melee attacking it. Melee's attack. Melly Parker tap. I think that's in Belgium. With the Ben Bon brothers. I don't know if they're still a thing, but that was in the 80s. I never went. I stayed at home and played on my C64. I'm sure my parents gave me the equivalent 30 quid or whatever, 40 quid. That, you know, my friend's parents would have had to. Alright, what's going on there then? New tactic. I'm getting confused with the sound effects for the grenades. Right, there we go. Oh man, come on, give me a bloody chance. Yeah, well that thing can't get me from there, so tank can't go in the water. Tank seems to go faster when it's going north-south. I don't think their bullets can affect the tank, but some of them do have rocket launchers, so we'll see. There you go, see? Piece of fish, mate. Knock them up. Something for you there for the weekend, madam. Yeah, I didn't even watch the Monaco Grand Prix. Didn't even bother to Google the results. None of the drivers I like have got a hope in hell of getting a podium finish this year, so what's the point? So nothing has really changed with Formula 1. Jockey, right, you dick. You need gas. Yeah, as long as you keep your tank fueled up, you're okay, actually. Yeah, there's a load of tanks there. Ooh. And that's my last life as well. Come on, Dan. I've got something for you, mate. Oh no! I did actually get further than that the other day. This is a brilliant game though. If you want to play a version of Ikari Warriors, as we used to call it back then, and my channel is all about back then, don't give a crap about today, that doesn't shame the hardware, then this would be it. I can't remember what the Spectrum version is like, but the Spectrum is not capable of arcade quality graphics at any time in the 80s. Let's just leave it at that, really. I don't really care if you don't agree, that's just the compromise that the Spectrum has, so. Nah! Yeah, we've lost too many lives already. Oh man. The diagonals are a bit iffy. You just have to kind of get used to them, I guess. That's the kind of game you could easily play for hours and you know, get a bit further each time, which we're not going to do this time. Might as well lose all the lives. But yeah, the C64 version doesn't do the hardware justice because the graphic artist is a flid, as we used to say back then. The colours are really messed up. They make no sense. And like I said, I'd rather have a smaller screen with some slowdown half the time. and play this version. And that's the end of that, really. I mean, the ST version and the Amiga version are really badly done, and the graphic artist was another flid. They're not very good. You've got to take them out quickly and efficiently. A bit like a military orgasm. Yeah, I do still watch Phone Shop, mate. I like to clear off the screen because it keeps the scrolling faster, innit? And therefore the response times are better. Oh man, they always get me with that bloody rocket launcher. Ah! Come on! You have to make it to the bloody tank without losing a life, basically. If you can't do that, then you might as well just lose all your life. You're not going to get very far if you can't do that. So. But I do like playing this game. And like I said, the graphics are nice. Chucky, what are you doing? Yeah, alright, you can sit on the laptop. That's another thing. I was trying to load this, and this game takes 12 minutes to load. And that is a turbo loader, so make of that what you will. And my cat jumped on the laptop keyboard, and obviously Windows went a bit spazzy and it didn't load. So I was like, that's another 8 minutes down the shitter. So that is the only annoying thing with this game. The rest of the game is really nice, actually, I have to say. Much better than Commando. Now I spent ages downloading tape images from CPC Power, actually. Kind of difficult to see because of well, my retinas are not great, but also some of the, especially the green soldiers, they do clash with the green like bits on the background. Ah, come on! Ah, come on! Ah! I was doing so well, wasn't it? Ooh. He's right next to a mine, that's really annoying, that is. So I suppose they have to line up with you as well, so it's you know, all fair in that department. And you can hide behind the scenery, and there is no time limit, so. But that doesn't mean you're going to make it, so you might as well go all Rambo on your arse, innit? There's a bloody tank, hurry up with the tank, innit? Go away from my lovely shiny tank, thank you. There we go. Thank you. So you've got to be careful with the ones that have the rocket launcher. But I'm pretty sure their bullets from their machine guns won't kill you. So. And you can't actually go in the water, so... No, come here, mate. Well, he's the one with the rocket launcher, the bastard. Come here, bastard, innit? There you go. Yeah, you really need the tank for this bit, so... And You've got to keep an eye out for you know, fuel to top up and ammo. Just keep going for it. There we go. Bit of extra ammo for the old Tankerinos. Go straight through the middle. Ah, come on, man. Get out the tank. Bloody hell. Now I'm buggered, really. Where's the next lot of tanks? Hurry up with my new tanks. And oh, the tanks are up here, actually. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. Ooh, that was lucky. Ah, no, they blew up the tank, bastards. Ah, crap. That's quite a lob, that is. Ah, come on, mate. Yeah, fucking tank. Ah, come on. Look at him. Ah, man. We're quite a way off fourth position. But yeah, like I said, this is one of those games where you could actually, you know, really enjoy sitting around all Saturday afternoon after you come back from Video Wheels in Edmonton or Derek's Records or where else? Tesco's used to sell games. There was a Boots there, but I don't ever remember going up to the Boots. And it was quite a large Boots, the chemist, so they would have had a second floor, which is usually where the games were. But anyway, that's Ikari Warriors with no flickeriness. Here we go again. Again with a shit quality, eh? Hey, what happened there? I never pressed nothing. Who pressed brake? Nobody pressed brake. Right. No, I honestly don't know what happened there. Did my cat? There was a bit of a delay if he did. Anyway, this is Killer Gorilla, as you probably... Oh no, read error. Okay, let's stop that. That was a bad omen, that was. Let's try it through the old CDT to WAV. Is this Killer Gorilla now? Yeah, it should be. Right, okay, see, I had to mess about with the tape image for Ikari Warriors. I had to up the mid-range and amplify, you know, the actual sound, not just put the volume up, because I don't know, there might be more versions of the tape to download. That was the one I got, because that was basically the version my mate got. Actually, what's this for? This cottage featured Commodore 16 and Plus 4. I can't honestly remember what that's like. But with 16K, unless it's a multi-load, I'm not going to be placing any bets on it being brilliant. So yeah, Killer Gorilla. I used to play it all the time on the BBC Micro at school, and I thought it was quite fun actually, if a bit annoying, because obviously the BBC Micro didn't have joystick ports. There were joysticks for the BBC Micro, but they were analog joysticks. So to you know, get a digital joystick, the companies had to build their own digital to analog interface, which they did do. There was a white Competition Pro specifically for the BBC Micro with red 5 buttons. So, today's episode is sponsored by Ritz Biscuits. Oh, I didn't put Ritz down as something to buy. From the Food Warehouse, no membership required. If these weren't the COVID days, and if a really fit girl worked in the Food Warehouse, I'd go in there every day and I'd say to the girl, do I need a membership? Do I need to join some sort of club? Buddy, what you do? And just keep saying it until, you know, she told me to fuck off, and then I'd laugh. Yeah, just because. So hopefully this will work. Killer Gorilla never came out for the C64, otherwise I might have bought it. It wasn't that bad a game, actually. I seem to remember it was actually not bad. For a Donkey Kong rip-off, obviously. A gorilla that is a killer, obviously inspired by Donkey Kong. And if it isn't, well, I don't know who's writing games called Killer Gorilla that aren't Donkey Kong rip-offs. But anyway, I should have the actual Donkey Kong tape image as well, actually. Oh, I've got Golden Axe. Golden Axe is another game that's much nicer on the CPC. And the C64, there we go, Donkey Kong UK. Continental Circus is a multi-load. I don't think I'll be loading that. Chase HQ is a multi-load. We played Buggy Boy already. I think that video goes live today. I'm going to try Herbert, which is a Q-Bert knockoff, and the screenshots look quite nice. I've tried not to watch other people's channels, actually, because I really want to do the Amstrad Discovery thing by myself. I did check out one video with a top 10, and the only isometric puzzle game they had was Head Over Heels. And I did say to them, yeah, personally I wouldn't have gone with that. I would have gone with Get Dexter 1 or 2. I think the graphics on Get Dexter 2 are even better than the first one, but I couldn't tell you which one plays better. But yeah, that's the other thing. My mate, and I remembered this when I was going on the CPC Power website, he had the demo tape of Get Dexter, the cover tape demo from a magazine, because he was like going gaga over it, and he couldn't wait for it to come out and buy it. So I didn't really have a problem with my best mate having an Amstrad. It was just slightly annoying, because what we used to do was, like, if there was 2 good games that came out at the same time, he'd buy one and I'd buy the other, and then we'd swap games after, well, probably after the first weekend we had it, maybe the second. Don't know really, depends how good the game was. So if you had a completely different machine to me, then it's like, well, I don't actually know anyone who lives near me that has a C64. Because I had 3 friends. One had an Atari 800, who later got an Atari XL. He really didn't like anything to do with Commodore. He was an Atari nutjob, which we now call fanboys. My other mate had a Spectrum, and we weren't allowed to go around his house to play on his Spectrum anyway. And my best mate, he did have a C64. It blew up while it was in warranty. Rumbelows told him he had to send it back to Commodore. Oh, that was after we'd already been given a replacement one, which was the one they used for testing, which was like, it was yellowed from tobacco smoke, and it did actually have a cigarette burn on it. So anyway, we blew that one up, took it back, and then they said, "Oh, we ain't got any more. There's got none in stock. You'll have to send it back to Commodore, and they'll send you another one under warranty." Okay, and they gave us the old address for Commodore. This is when they moved from Corby to their other address. I can't remember where they moved to. And so yeah, my mate, he got a cheque from the post office about 2.5 months later, after a lot of phone calls to him. And with the money he had, after searching for quite a while, every shop for like 2-3 mile radius. Why is there a bit of fucking So as you can see, it's a very interesting game if you're Nintendo's lawyers. So yeah, it might have been 1984, because we went in W.H. Smith's and they still had the VCS with the Hales ROM scanner there set up, and I think they had, well, basically Sorcery was running on the CPC. He liked those kind of games, so I bought the CPC with a modulator, and he got the 12 pack of games. And I just start the game in. So as the Pie Factory, I didn't actually start the game, so this ain't funny gaming with this CPC. Press space all 5, thank you. The music's different, because on the BBC it goes do 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 for the how high can you climb business. But I think the graphics are very similar to the BBC version. Ooh. Wee. I thought he was going to go off the edge. I haven't played this game in so long. There probably is a video on my channel of possibly the Amstrad version. I'm not sure which version. That's great. How am I going to jump there? Oh, you can't jump off, obviously. Alright, concentrate. Why am I going up there? Yeah, this is the rubbish zipstick. This is the worst of all the zipsticks I've got. So something weird's going on with the brightness on the thing. I actually didn't know I was going up, so the zipstick is a bit massive. Is the brightness going funny on this thing? Or is it just the glasses catching the light outside? Ooh. Which way do we need to go? I think we've gone the wrong way, haven't we? No. Magic! So we get to the one with the elevators, which is my favourite level on any version of Donkey Kong. Well, you've seen 75% of the game, that's not bad. Could be a bit tricky. Oh, he's not going down there, is he? It's a lot better than Interceptor Micro's Crazy Pop, I'll tell you that. So it goes over that one, is it? Yeah. I don't think we want to do that actually. This is just a bonus point. Yeah, so can I jump from here? Oh, actually you can. Oh, actually I don't know about the timings now. So he moves quite fast for a Mario, well, Jumpman character. So I had Donkey Kong on a ColecoVision. there's something going on with the brightness here. It could just be that it needs WD-40 on the dial there. Ooh. Ah, so close. So many games to go through though. That's the thing. Because I've got loads of tape images now. So let's go over here. If you're going to use the hammer. Ooh. Hang in, mate. Need to get rid of them till they respawn. There is something going on with the brightness, so I don't know. Ah! Oh, come on, I was going to do it that time. Oh, you've seen all the screens, so that's pretty brilliant actually. I do like that. Obviously, it's me. Yeah, so I'm glad that works. So it's only Ikari Warriors then that needs that. So right, I'll find something else to play and do another video. I think. Is that all in the screen? Yeah, it is. So yeah, the brightness thing where it's suddenly flickering now and again, the tube dimming, does seem to be a bit of a dry joint on the power socket on the CPC. I really am not set up to do any kind of repairs, but I am set up to have Ritz biscuits. Cooking off paying attention. God damn it. So it amazes me that people are amazed that you can go outside the border on the Amstrad CPC, but you can do that on the VIC-20 anyway. So don't go there, don't go there. No. You go over there, mate. Shh. Just because you can't go in the big bedroom. That's out of bounds at the moment. Yeah, because he's going to jump on there, move the CPC and it's going to go. And like I said, I'm not set up to do any repairs really. I'd rather just get a fucking hot glue gun and fucking zap the shit out of the power socket so it never moves again. Don't even have a soldering line, so there's that. What kind of thing on your face? What's Amy done for you, huh? My two black cats not getting on. What's going on there then? You're looking at me like that. You're twice the size of Amiga. Now, what computer was twice the size of an Amiga? Well, not many if you mean the Amiga 500 or 2000. No, don't you go there. Hey, you go away. I think they like the high-pitched squeaking of the game's loading. Well, apparently it's turbo data block 15 and now 16. And it says block 16. Ooh, that's nice. It worked. What if I want to use the bloody joystick? Oh, there we go, it says all 5 buttons. Drop banana. We'll just play the game. Hey, don't go into there. It's okay. that means. I had the propeller hat on. Chucky, I don't like it being under there. All the wires are under there, you dick. I'm going to drop the banana, whatever that means. Maybe you have to pick up the banana. Hey, what are they jumping on that thing for? Very colourful actually. Graphics are really nice. And the collision detection is certainly not as harsh as Hexpert, which is the one I had. Might even do a level. Well, paying attention. I presume, let's try it with slow then. What does that do? Don't seem to make any difference really. Not to the game engine anyway. Oh, we've got a banana. Hey! I don't like this mate. Off! There's too many things on the screen. So I've got the propeller thing. Wow, this is a tough game actually. And my cat's putting me off because he's messing about with the wires under it. Get away from there, come on, lad. Come on, Chucky, out. Go slow again. What happens here then? Oh, you have to wait for it to, okay. The pastel colours are quite difficult to see which ones you've got to do. Ooh, it's nothing like bloody Q-Bert now, mate. I don't know what's going on with the propeller thing. Very unusual game actually. Okay, so it's just a delay. Hey, will you follow me for you little bastard? No! This is actually that's quite mental actually. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. I did like that. Right, so that's the recommendation. What the hell's going on with the flickeriness? Was that like that when the game was running? There's not much I can do about that. Nah, you're right, it's only on that bit. Next! I'm going to have to move the hi-fi across a bit. Next! I don't know how long the battery's going to last, but quite a full screen image there going on. So yeah, you'd think it was easy, you know, just copy the old ding dongs on your laptop, connect it all up, but no. These cassette adapters are horrendously rubbish build quality. So, you know, if you don't have a separate machine with a separate tape deck aligned specifically for that, and then the CDT to WAV software needs, you know, the Java runtime environment, which took me about half an hour to find a version that would even install on Windows XP, and another 15 minutes for one that actually worked with CDT to WAV. because obviously I'm not going to set up a desktop computer just for this thing. Where's the music? Let's just start another. STE Pickford. Now famously you die instantly on this game, you don't lose your armour. Other than that it's pretty good, I must admit. I do like the music, it's very funky. Being massacred by the shit speaker that Alan Sugar put in there, so you might actually get to see some graphics that are nice. So they keep respawning in the same place, so you've got to be careful actually. Yeah. See, you die instantly. It's a problem with this game. It's a mistake. I've got no way of entering pokes playing it on real hardware, so we're a bit fucked there. I only have a multi-face for the Atari ST, although I do have one. So there we go, mate. You've got to be careful because they always respawn in the same place. So the graphics are actually quite nice. There should be another one of those, yeah, we go. Yeah, so my mate had this on the Amstrad, and we just, if we're back at the very beginning, I'm not going to be, we are, because you have to get past that little birdie. I'm sure they're red on the C64, but not sure why they're blue here. It is running in the 16 colour mode, so there's no restriction from that point of view. It's very iffy because you die straight away, and that is the worst thing about this game. So they won't actually get you until they're fully above the ground. So there is that. God damn it. The battery's going to run out any minute. So. The music is quite funky. But yeah, so I got this for the C64. My mate got this for his Amstrad, and my other mate, he couldn't buy a version for it because he would only buy Atari computers. We went from Atari 800 to Atari 800 XL to Atari 520 STFM. I think that's what he spent his first 2 months' wages on. Something. I think they could jump down. Oh, yeah. That's probably better in the long run, although it probably isn't. Now in this game, ooh, that was a bit risky. Is he going to fly down there? That was a bit risky. Right, I think we are now actually at the respawn point finally. Ooh. Hey! I thought you could shoot them. Ah, come on, man. So anyway, that's the rude awakening that is Ghosts and Goblins on the Amstrad. It'd be really good if they had actually converted Ghosts and Goblins. They probably converted some other game where you only get one life, as in, you know, you don't lose your armour, which is a shame really, because not bad. Maybe one day you get to see Zach's gameplay. Battery's really not going to last very long. On the camera that is, obviously. So yeah, Zach's is another one of those games that's often overlooked. Now, you need a good version of Scramble, you need a good version of Phoenix, good version of Galaxians, good version of Zaxxon, good version of Frogger, good version of Cuba. There's all sorts of good versions of games you needed for a computer that came out in the early 80s. I believe the Amstrad didn't come out until the beginning of 1984 though. Could be wrong. And the C64 came out in the summer in America, and November the 22nd, 1982 for well, the UK. I don't know about the rest of Europe, and I don't care. I don't know when Herbert come out. I don't know where this come out. Killer Gorilla, you need a good Donkey Kong. There's all sorts of reasons. Oh, Moon Buggy, you need a good version of Moon Patrol. There is Anirog, I believe it's Anirog's Moon Buggy for the Amstrad, which I'm quite looking forward to trying. So Jonesy, aka Huggy Bear, who looks like Buddy, which is oh fuck it, I can't remember his name now because I hardly ever watch his channel anymore. Well, he doesn't watch my channel, he doesn't really give a shit. But his cat's called Buddy and they look identical. No, I know you like sitting on the laptop keyboard, but that's not funny, mate. So yeah, all in all it took me about 90 minutes worth of pissing about trying to get something set up on this Dell Latitude D830, I believe. It's a Core 2 Duo, 2.4 gig. It's got like 4 gig of RAM or 2, I don't know. It's only running Windows XP. So that I could use it just to play like the WAV files for the cassette adapter that I've jammed inside the CPC. That ain't coming out. So, and to be honest, you don't need it to actually have that come out and put a real tape in there, because I'm loading tape images, so it's no different to loading a real tape as long as they work. And like I said, Ikari Warriors is the only problem one. I have to play that on VLC, create a WAV, play it on VLC, double the thing, the volume, you know, not on the laptop, in software, and have the volume at full blast, and boost the mid-range by about another 20%, and then it loads about one in every 6 attempts or 7. But that is the only one so far. I've played Grand Prix 3D, which is ridiculously hard, but it does look nice, must admit. I've played a few games actually. I think after this I'll be playing, well, I'll be trying to load Get Dexter, because that has two versions. It has a fast load and a slow load apparently, so we'll be trying the slow load on that. There you go! Nah, that'll have to do. Alright, Chucky Egg. You have to redefine the keys using the joystick. That's a bit weird. Other than that, should be good to go now. So it's another game I used to play on the old BBC Micro at school. I don't like the C64 version, but that's probably the reason why I never got it on the C64, because I used to play it for free at school, so I spent my money on other games. But yeah, it's It's quite a good port on the Amstrad actually. So. This could be a bit iffy. I want him to go up there. Alright, we'll do these ones now. Quite a fun game. Not quite as complicated as Manic Miner, but still very fun. And a nice version on the Amstrad, so don't take long to load either. So. That's the first time that's happened. Nah, it's stuffed whichever way I go there. So obviously everyone knows you only have to pick up the eggs. Now I don't like the elevator screen. I must admit it's my least favourite level. That's how you do that bit. Oh, I didn't really want to do that. Let's get that one, get it out of the way. Yeah, there is one I'm not sure about actually, so. Ooh, that was a bit risky, that was. I didn't even know you could do that actually. So there we go. So I've just got those two there to get. I don't think you can. Oh, you can jump off the ladder. Alright then. So that's that one then. There you go. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the elevators at all. That's one problem with this game. And that's not just the Amstrad version, that's any version. So, speaking of which, I haven't actually checked out Manic Miner on this yet. Why won't it go up any more than that? That's a bit weird. So I need him to come up here, right? Okay. I need him to come up there. And there. I don't know how I'm going to get up here now, actually. That's a safe spot, so that's fine. Can I get back on there? Yeah. Okay, I've got need to do this bit. Oh no! I keep forgetting you can't just walk off the elevators there. So. I've got one more egg to get over there. Ooh! You've got to remember, there's a bit of a thing. A bounce back. Ah no! So close. That is the difference between this and Manic Miner. You don't have to collect all the eggs every single time when you lose a life on the level, so actually that don't really help me. I need to get one level above there, so okay, I need them to bugger off, so give that a bit of a go. So we've got the last ones there, so hopefully it'll go down. Ah man! I've wasted all my lives on this bloody screen. Ooh, that was lucky, that was. down there and get that one, but I can't get that one from there. Oh, that's no good for me. How am I gonna? Ooh. I want that one. So there is a lot of safe spots. That's just trial and error really. So we're doing quite well for like my first go for a very long time. I had to have a go to work out the bloody keys. But anyway, that's a different story entirely. There we go. So we're a bit shafted here now. So you can drop an unlimited amount. That's the other thing with this game. So again with the bloody elevators. So yeah, that was Chucky Egg, which so obviously I have played it, but like I said, we had to work out how to redefine the keys. Right, next game. I think this is 3D Star Strike. Yeah, doesn't actually say on this CDT to WAV. Doesn't say what the current file is as far as I can tell, but I don't have my reading glasses on, so don't hold me to that. So yeah, so far everything is loaded from this thing, except for Ikari Warriors, which is known as Flickery Warriors on the... what are you doing? Hey! Why don't you jumping on the escape gate? Hey! No saliva on the camera lens. That's why the other projector's ruined. It is 3D Star Strike by Real Time Games. Yeah, that's it. Ian Oliver and Andy Onions. I believe they wrote Carrier Command, which I believe is on the Amstrad. I won't play it though. I didn't really get on that well with Carrier Command on the... I think it was for the ST I bought it. I'm thinking maybe I got my Amiga 1000 in like start of spring 1988 instead of autumn 87. Could be getting that confused. There's no way of knowing now. No way of knowing at all, mate. But yeah, 3D Star Strike was one of those Spectrum games which was like shoved in your face as a Commodore 64 owner when I was at school. It's quite good on the Spectrum. Now they've gone with Mode 0, which is the chunky fat pixel mode on the Amstrad, I think. I'll have to check that. There is a 3D Star Strike 2 on the Amstrad as well. There is also Starion. I have played Starion back then on the C64, but I couldn't tell you if someone lent it to me or if I actually bought it. I don't think I would have bought it though. I didn't really like wireframe games. Even in the arcades, I rarely played them. What's going on there then? Is there a cat in the window? There is a cat. What have you got there, buddy? Which one are you? Oh, it's you. So, yeah. So we are loading tapes, but they're not real tapes, so it's not really live tape testing, I guess. Live virtual tape testing via cassette adapter, and yeah, that's not really going to work as a title. By the time you put all that in, no one will know what the bloody video is for the game. How many cats we've got in here today? At the moment we've only got 2, I think. I'll be making my pastries soon, so this might be the last one for a little bit. I don't know what to play actually. I was going to do a jokey video about, oh look, here's all my games, and have the camera pointed at just the wall, and then open the the lid of the laptop to show the screen with like the directory with all the CDT files and CDT to WAV program running. My channel's too dead for jokey things like that. Plus I can't be bothered to stitch all this shit together in Camtasia. It's a bit iffy on the old CPU fan at the moment. So there's not much left to load on this. So what am I going to play a bit later then, when the camera battery's finished? You know what, I don't know. Chase HQ is a multi-load, which could be a bit iffy. At the very least I'll need my CRT glasses, if not my tobacco glasses. But yeah, I don't know why Ikari Warriors takes like 12 minutes to load. I really don't know why. That is really bad. Most C64 games, the large ones, load in about 5.5 minutes with your average multi-load. There are C64 games like I think it's Crazy Comics, which load really fast. But I've got loads of games to check out, so I did download a few more yesterday, and I have stuck them on the laptop this morning, so they're okay, they're good to go. Might have a go at Fruity Frank, which is Mr. Do ripoff. I did check to make sure it's been done properly. So if you do two rows or columns that are adjacent to each other, it does leave a little bit of like dirt between them, which is what Mr. Wiz doesn't do, which is why Mr. Wiz is a terrible Mr. Do game. Graphics are absolutely great for a Mr. Do game. It was 22 quid cheaper than the official cartridge for the C64. The music is nice and jolly and everything. Even the cassette cover's nice actually, but it's not Mr. Do. Ooh, yeah. Oh, hang on a minute, where's the joystick? So this is actually Star Wars the arcade game. A legal rip-off of Star Wars the arcade game. So yeah, on the Spectrum obviously it's in the equivalent of mode 1 on the Amstrad. Do your lasers overheat? Because sometimes you hold the button and they stay there, so... Yeah, I did actually put Domark's Star Wars official conversion on there, so... Yeah, it is literally... It is exactly the same as Star Wars, the arcade game. So... It's very fast actually. It's a bit chunky because of the mode they've used. I think I've got Starglider on here actually as well. Now obviously Starglider looks absolutely fine in mode 1. So, you know. Now I had the Parker Brothers Star Wars cartridge for C64. Well, not the actual cartridge, I had the legal copy on tape. Came with a few other cartridge games stuck on the tape. And it had something called Turbo Tape 64, so they loaded in about 20 seconds or less. So on easy, it is relatively quite easy actually. Ooh. I think we've lost the shield there. I don't know how many you get. Oh, you have to do them, I think. It looks suspiciously like the Death Star, wouldn't you say? That is a nice game. It's very easy on easy. Easy is like a kid's level, which actually I don't mind. I think every game should take a leaf out of the Atari VCS book of game design, where they did sometimes have kids levels. There was like a little teddy bear icon on the box to indicate there were easy levels so children could play them. It's really just to get used to the controls. And 40 years later, if you're running a YouTube channel, makes it easier to show more of the games. So, but you've seen all of the games, there's no newbies. So I'm interested to know now if the Domark Star Wars conversion is in mode 1 or mode 0. Now with these kind of wireframe games, it's okay to use mode 1, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, this is better than Parker Brothers Star Wars for the C64. But Star Wars by Domark, the official arcade conversion, that's not bad on the C64. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's very similar to this in speed. So I'm hoping the Domark Star Wars thing is better. So the presentation is actually really nice on this. Yeah, there's a lot more of these things to dodge. A few TIE fighters to shoot would have been nice, I reckon. So the only real difference is this bit. This is more like Return of the Jedi. So actually I'll load up Star Wars while I'm here. But yeah, that's quite a nice game actually. Star Wars, not Return of the Jedi, where's the other Star Wars? Original tape. There we go. I won't press play yet. Alright, okay then. So yeah, on easy, it is quite easy. So even I've managed to do like 2 levels in a row. So maybe you want to go to like the 2nd or 3rd level. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, I've got to be careful that a cat doesn't sit on my chair while I'm up there messing about. So hopefully this should load. Like I said, so far the only game I've had problems with is like Ikari Warriors. Ghosts and Goblins loaded fine, so that may be a bad tape transfer. So like I say, I'll have to go back on CPC Power and see if I can find another tape image, which hopefully isn't as iffy to load. I wonder if there's like a set of pokes I can do before loading in the game, which you used to be able to do on the C64. There'd be like little 5 or 6 line listings in Zap. You type them in, run it, and then it'll do the pokes and load the game with, like, you know, infinite lives or whatever. What's going on under there? Hey, no! Shh! Wait! Chucky, don't play with the wire. Come on. It's a dodgy power connector on this thing. I'd sort it out, but one, I haven't got any desk space to open up the machines, and these are horrible machines to work on. There's so many. Anyway, I ain't got soldering iron anyway to sort it out. So, yeah, what is wrong with you today, mate? Why don't you just sleep? Isn't it your sleep time? He's too young. He's a bit aggressive today, so we have to be extra careful with him. But this is, it's quite a nice loading screen on this. I can't remember what the C64 one is like, even if it has one. However, saying that, I wouldn't have played it from tape on the C64. I played it via the SD to IC in the, I believe it was the 2020 Mad Commodore Star Wars Holiday Special. Which I really like the intro thing for that little 20-30 second thing. That was brilliant, but very few people watch that for some reason. Never mind. If I was that bothered about exactly how many people watch my videos, the channel would have been closed like half a decade ago, mate. And it actually gets worse every year. But anyway. This channel definitely is on life support, 100%, mate. In fact, if they made it even more obtuse to manage your channels on YouTube, and it has got worse, then I probably won't bother. And there is a slight fact that I can't remember a lot of the Amstrad games. It's mostly stuff like, you know, without even, you know, Ghosts and Goblins finishing loading, I can remember what the music was like, and it was quite funky. But I think the graphics on the C64 version for the sprites, I think they are better. I think the backgrounds are about the same. Some of the enemies are as good, but I think things like the zombies and, you know, the character you play, I think they're better on the C64. And obviously I'm talking about the original release by Elite. I don't play Ghosts and Goblins arcade, it's not my thing, mate. Ghosts and Goblins is not a good game to have as a home game on a home system. It really isn't. It's designed to swallow your money. It's not really... It's never going to be a great game. And the best thing they could have done was leaked some cheat that was built into it to give you like infinite lives at least. At least then it would replicate what you do in the arcade. If you want to see more, you just pump more coins in. I don't believe in this, you know, you get free credits bullshit, because if you really like an arcade game, you're going to put in more than bloody 3.20 pieces or whatever to play it. So why would they do that? Anyway. I feel like I should be sitting on this chair eating an apple, just staring at the camera like Chris Morris in the IT crowd. I don't think that'll work as a video on my channel, really. Yeah, my problem is I don't actually like YouTube as a channel. It's got nothing to do with anything else. I don't like YouTube and the way Google has gone with it. That is my problem. It's got nothing to do with what anyone thinks of my channel or anything anyone might say to me or not say, or you know how many people do or don't watch it. It's never about that. I've never cared about that. It is literally, I've played most of the C64 games I ever had and therefore would have had memories of and therefore would need the camera on. Can't really remember a lot of the Amstrad games, very few of them. It's not dark enough to play Highway Encounter yet, and we've discussed Highway Encounter and my memories of playing that on the Amstrad around my mates, so you can check those out on my C64 video of Highway Encounter. Is it raining again? But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with the Amstrad. I'm not the kind of person that's going to say, oh, Amstrad shit, should have got a C64. There's loads of types of games that are better on the Amstrad and always will be. You know, sorcery on the Amstrad, if you connect the Amstrad to a proper hi-fi or even a tape deck, boombox, whatever you want to call it, ghetto blaster, that's fine, the music on it, and the graphics are better and it's flip screen anyway. Some games are just flip screen. I don't know if sorcery would work as a scrolling game. I don't think it would add anything to the game. So yeah, my mate buying an Amstrad because he liked games like sorcery, that's absolutely fine, mate. Don't go on the laptop. What is wrong with you today, man? You're in a very funny mood today, you know that? Adamski. Yeah, I can't find a WD-40, so you'll have to put up with the squeaking on the Argos Executive Hard Bulgarian leather office chair with cheap plastic large armrests. I can't tell you how much I paid for this because I bought it so long ago. Probably a decade ago I bought this thing, if not more. Seem to remember watching Lord of the Rings on the projector with his chair in the living room. But anyway, that's a story for never because we don't have that kind of channel. So I'll be having Cyprus beans and chips for dinner. So yeah, if you don't know what they are, then that's up to you, mate. Fajin and köftedes, if you want to go and look that up, which you probably won't. I don't blame you, but it's nice dinner. I like it. The important thing is it's not minced beef, it's actually it's vegetables that I've made the köftedes out for, which is effectively just like meatballs, but they're kind of torpedo shaped because I do them Cyprus style. Yeah, there is quite a bit more to load. I could have actually gone and made it. In fact, I am going to go and make a coffee. Don't you dare jump on the laptop, you. I know what you like. That's a good sign. Amstrad really did a mistake with the built-in speaker idea. Yes, because I presume there's a joystick option. 1, 2, 3, 4 colours. I'm guessing that's mode 1. It's not actually that fast. Ah well, you should have got a better programmer. It's actually quite slow. Now I had Star Wars on the Atari ST and the Amiga. One was a copy, one was the original. I couldn't tell you which was which. So I just wanted to compare them. I haven't found all my Amiga discs because there's too many things missing. For a start, I can't find the purple disc labelled 3 discs with my backup copy of It Came From The Desert. I did own the original, but I got a cracked copy, so I wouldn't have to wear out the original discs. Because you know, you couldn't take them back to the shop and say your shit quality mastering is, you know, can I have a replacement? You'd have to buy the original thing. So it seems about the same speed as 3D Star Strike on this bit. Maybe it isn't. Well, you can blow up the things on the wall. It looks more like Star Wars the arcade, as you'd expect, and I'm sure we have to blow the exhaust port right below the main port, sir. Which is what you say to your girlfriend when you want to... Yeah, anyway. I'm just trying to get the thing right, so when we do actually get... So I'm not actually hitting this, so again this is quite an easy version as well. We've still got 7 shields, nothing seems to be heading straight for me. Whee! So it should really be faster than this on a 4 MHz Z8. I think Star Wars, this Domark game, did come out on the BBC Micro. It should be as fast as the BBC Micro version. Although the BBC Micro's only got 8K video RAM to piss about with. Because it only draws 8 colours in 160 by 200. Although it does do 4 colours in 320 by 200, same as the Amstrad, so I don't know how that works out. Anyway. I think it's down to coding, basically. What are my cats doing? Which one are you? Oh, you're Amiga. Yeah, I do remember that the ST version had software sample playback and was still a little bit faster than the Amiga version. So yeah, as soon as like some TIE fighters come on the screen, the frame rate drops by about 75% actually. So shoot the fighters. I am shooting them, buddy. Don't you worry, they're getting shot. They've got buckshot in their arseholes, don't you worry. Here we go, so we've got this bit. So. I don't know if the camera can handle me loading Starglider now. I can't actually remember exactly how to play Starglider. I did have Starglider on the ST because I didn't have an Amiga back then. I wanted an Amiga, I just didn't have £1,250 for an Amiga. So I spent £440 on a 520 STM and SF354 external display. Why does everyone keep going on the fucking laptop? I was sitting on the keyboard, so of course I come back and that stupid keyboard stuck business was going on, so I had to reboot the laptop so it would work. Getting fed up with this. I'll find somewhere else to fucking sleep. We got to sleep on the laptop keyboard for. And it shouldn't be going on here anyway, because they're going to drop the turntable for the hi-fi and break the needle. So they're not allowed to do that. So this is the only bit which is remotely fast, and even then, I'm going to go and check out the BBC Micro version now actually on YouTube. I want you to go straight on YouTube and check it out. So yeah, it should be faster. It's not very well programmed, but I don't actually think it's twice as fast as the C64 version, which it should be. It should be exactly as fast as the BBC Micro version. And that's the same problem with Elite on the Amstrad. It's not as fast as the BBC Micro version. So look how slow that is. So yeah, they should have got some better coders involved. But that's interesting comparing the two. YMMV. So I'm going to be playing 3D Quasars because Buck Rogers was never released for the Amstrad. They did do Tapper and they did do Spy Hunter, but they didn't do they didn't do Buck Rogers for some reason. And I did want to play Duck Dodgers, which is a typing game, which I think is really good for a typing, especially on Amstrad Basic, which hasn't got a fast screen mode. All the screen modes on the Amstrad are 16K and therefore very slow because they're all bitmap screens. There's no character based screen on the Amstrad. That's why you can write some C64 games that are relatively fast. You just have to remember that print statements are a hell of a lot faster than pokes. But I don't know if that's true after compilation. Once you compile a program, a poke should translate directly to machine code instructions, whereas a print statement will be pretty much similar speed. You'd be lucky to get twice as fast. But nobody really cares about shit like that. That's why I don't do programming videos anymore. But yeah, there is no tape image of that. And I'm not doing this on purpose. This is the only way I can play games that I don't own or that won't load. Get Dexter, I'm looking at you, mate. And I'm certainly not buying another copy of Get Dexter. However, if I ever get one of my Dolby HX Pro tape decks working properly, and they weren't working properly, one was like 90%, the other one was like maybe 75%, and the other one was a bit fucked. But I paid between £2 and £6 for each of those three things, and they are good makes. One is Sony, one is Kenwood, and one is Denon. So, Denon Elliott? No, a slightly different spelling. This is almost finished loading, so it's a very small game. So yeah, can't play that. And this is the only way I can load things virtually into the Amstrad, and well, the cassette adapter is jammed in there now and it might never come out without dismantling it. So. And luckily where you align the heads, that little notch there on the tape lid, that's where the wire is coming out for the cassette adapter. Ooh! That dog. Can't you go up and down yet? No, it's just left and right. So you can't. I don't think Death Star Interceptor came out on the CPC. I don't like this because it's a very claustrophobic game. Bollocks. It's a waste of time when it loading this shit. Because you can't go up or down at all. You literally have to shoot them or you're fucked. How long do I have to do this bullshit for? No wonder it's such a short program. Ah! Doesn't even tell you how many of these cunts I've got. Is this it? I'll have one more go, and if we don't get far enough on this shit, then I want at least the colours to change. But you know, it's such a short program to load. This might actually be the whole thing. Ah, come on, mate. And I don't know if it's resetting how many I've shot. Ah, give me a chance. It's buckwheats for you, boy. I don't like that. I won't be happy with that unless I paid like 50p, mate. Arkanoid, hopefully. Sequence of pulses, turbo data, group start, pure tone, pure dirt. Now the problem with Arkanoid is I only like playing it with paddle controllers on the C64. I don't actually like playing it with a joystick or the keyboard. And Arkanoid 2 doesn't support paddles. You have to play it with a mouse, which is a poor cousin to trackball or paddle controllers. Now I'm not sure if there was a trackball for the C64 that would work. Certainly I don't think they would support paddle. Look how quickly this picture is being loaded in on this compared to Ikari Warriors, which takes about 5 minutes to load in, like the loading screen. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on with that loader. But Arkanoid is a fun game and certainly colourful on the C64. Makes good use of the 16 colour mode as opposed to the 4 colour mode. Anyway. So the Amstrad version should look nice as it is, and the tunes are okay on the ST version. I seem to remember. I have played it on the ST, so that should be fine on the Amstrad too. I do like the title screen music on, Arkanoid for the old C64, but it's not a deal breaker. Just like I preferred the double frame rate on Rescue on Fractalus on the Atari. It's not a deal breaker. I only had a C64. It wasn't going to stop me playing Rescue on Fractalus on my C64. So I suppose it's the same thing, really. Now I haven't loaded Commando because I don't want to have a heart attack from laughing. See, just thinking about that, I seem to remember my mate used to have like a big cardboard box. He used to have his CPC on. His TV was like on some chest of drawers in the corner of his room. Because he had the TV modulator, which is really rare. I've never understood why people who couldn't afford the CPC with a colour monitor would buy the green screen. Because it's not like there's any TV output built into the CPC. You'd still have to buy the modulator later on. So it was a dumb idea, really dumb. And one of my friends did actually have that. No wonder he didn't really... well, he couldn't wait to get a master system, let's put it that way. Because you could plug that into his TV. But I don't know why he didn't get a modulator, because his cousin, who was my best friend, actually had the TV modulator. Now the sound still comes out the Amstrad, but it was like, I think it was 200 or 220 quid for the CPC, and it was about 20-25 quid for the modulator, and they had both in Woolworths. And if that wasn't the case, my mate wouldn't have bought an Amstrad. So thank you. Yeah, never mind about that. hell's going on here? Something. Okay, I don't know if this is still loading something there actually. Yeah, this speaker's a bit knackered. Very nice actually, the scrolling there. I just noticed that's full screen. Like I said, the Vic 20 can go full screen too, so it looks very nice actually. It probably doesn't play any different to the C64 version with the joystick. I don't know what those pure tones were. I didn't want that power up actually. I quite like having the sticky wicket. I don't know what happened there. The only power up I really want is to exit the screen. But that's not really any good for you. It does seem to be a bit of slowdown though. Okay, so that is different. When the ball is going at the faster speeds, there does seem to be some slowdown. Rapid fire will come in very handy here right now. Yeah, there is slowdown. I don't like the slowdown. Oh crap. That's putting me off a bit. So the slowdown actually affects the gameplay. So that is oh well. I guess you put up with it. Some people did put up with slowdown. If you're not brought up on things like the Atari 800, the VCS, the C64, then you accept slowdown for these kind of games with loads of movable objects, because there's no hardware to do it. This is bad programming. There's no reason why there should be slowdown. They should buffer the CPU bandwidth really, but it's a shame because it looks quite nice. Ah, bollocks. Ah, come on mate. I've done it again, haven't I? It's not as good as the C64 version, and most people who say, oh, you're just biased, are people who've never played the two side by side. You know, you need to get a longer joystick lead. Presentation's nice, but the slowdown is annoying and it does affect the gameplay. So we're going to be playing X Out hopefully. So good so far. And it seems to be a multi-load because there's like the tape image, you have to download side 1 and 2 separately. So. But I did check out a video on Crossout. I did have to check out one of those, you know, 100 Amstrad CPC game type things, just to just get an idea of the games that were A, in mode 0, which for the kind of games I like is important, and 2, if they look like they've been coded properly. And X Out looked quite impressive actually. I don't like it on the C64 because the graphic artist and the screen mode they use, yeah, that wasn't a case of Law of the West sort of maximisation or, you know, the hardware you got there, but it did look quite impressive, this game, on YouTube, so I thought I'd check it out, and I have to check it out using the tape images, so I can't afford to buy a 6128, rip out the disc drive, put in a Gotek and then, nah, I don't really buy retro gear anymore. I'm thinking how I'm going to sell all this shit, mate, when I buy more. I've got a 464, it lets me play like 99% of games that came out at the time. There can't be that many 6128 only games that were sold back then. I'm not really interested in modern games. There was another game actually that I did download, a modern game. Yeah, Moritz the Striker. So that's a modern game. And I will try modern games, but they have to have a tape image, so. Is that a real-time counter or is that going to be a guess? Is it actually loading blocks that quickly, and how big are these goddamn blocks? And if it says turn tape over, anyway. Arc Developments, I think they did Venom Wing and Delta for Thalamus software for the Amiga and ST, I think. They weren't very good, but like I said, this did actually look good in the YouTube video that I saw. It was like a 5 or 10 seconds worth of gameplay, but I liked it. I do actually have a Gotek floppy emulator somewhere. I couldn't tell you if it works though, because I've never tried it. It came in a bundle of stuff, and one was an Amiga that was like in pieces. You know, all the case screws are missing, and anyway. And the Gotek wasn't actually fixed or mounted in there. It was literally just plugged into the floppy drive port. Anyway, but as long as the Gotek unit works, I don't really care. In fact, I think the first things to be sold, certainly from the Amiga side of things, will be all my Amiga 500s. I don't have the desk space to use them. Rewind to start of side 2. Okay. I'm going to have to do his business here, so face B, open. Okay. There's quite a pause on here. You have to press a key or anything. Who the fuck is outside my house yakking me? It doesn't actually say press fire or anything, so it would be nice if it actually did something to like clear the screen. Go on, clear the screen or do something, mate. No, it's going to leave that like that. Why couldn't it just print that over the loading screen? The loading screen was quite nice. But anyway, stop tape. Hang on, is this going to stop? I think it was that one. We're not going to get past level 1 anyway, I don't know. You've got to be like nearly okay, I can't remember how you do all this bullshit. I think this is the shit that I usually pick. There we go. One of these, some of these. A bit like having pick and mix at school, I guess. Can't I have any of these with this shit? What's going on? I can't select any of those things. Right, this one, can you have this? Can you have this? No, can you have this? Like this. Okay. Oh no! I think it was this one. I don't know if it was number 6 or if it was number 5. So I don't know if it's going to work now. We're learning how to make the best of the hardware we've got. I've got loads of shitty laptops with Windows XP, so I've got one cassette adapter that's still working. I've got the internet for now. I am considering cancelling my internet, but it's so expensive just to have a phone line on its own. It don't really make that much difference. So I think we'll have to just ring up and say, yeah, what's the cheapest internet you do? I don't think that was the right thing. See, I won't know if that was the right thing. We'll have to try this again and do another video and tack it on the end. By some miracle, something apparently loaded. Look at the speed of that thing. Fantastic coding. It's bloody brilliant, mate. I wonder if Daenerys, aka, you know, less offensive to Activision capitalists, came out for the Amstrad, because this is really good. This is very nice, actually. Okay, they're not pickups, you don't get power-ups in this. Yeah, Nemesis and Salamander are not good on this thing. Please don't make me fucking rewind the tape or anything stupid. Alright, okay. Okay, I don't really like the multi-load system the way they've done it. You didn't get to see much, but you did get to see enough, so that's a brilliant game. Next. Great title screen, also on the Amstrad. I don't need my reading glasses, aka the CRT glasses, to tell that. Still got a few writs left, which, oh yeah, you can see, because I've got the lights on now. I think one Ritz biscuit is enough. And we've got 2 unopened boxes. Well, this is halfway loaded by tape. So I must admit this is working out a lot better than I thought. Of course, Ikari Warriors was the first tape image I tried using the, you know, laptop tape image, you know, from CPC Power, and you know, cassette adapter plugged into the headphone socket on the old laptop. It's okay, don't worry. Yeah, and that just happens to be a really dodgy tape image. Very iffy, even though it takes 12 minutes to load a 64K game, because it's not a multi-load. Everything else is just loaded, pretty much. First try. So, yeah, anyway. Would be nice to play some of the newer games, but they don't really. No. It's like having 7 3-year-old kids trying to run a channel. Daddy, can I press this button on your lap? No! That's what it's like, just in case you want to know what it's like having 7 cats. Anyway, so yeah, definitely going to have to go and have a look on other websites and CPC Power to see if there's other tape images. maybe like the Encore release, maybe they sorted out the turbo loader. That was a bit weird. Loads of files just flashed up on the old CDT to WAV. So yeah, anyway, really I should be playing all these games, well the games that I remember my mate having with the Wiko Boss joystick. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's not a litter tray there, you know. See what I mean? You try playing games with this level of distraction. No wonder I'm shit at games. And no wonder I keep forgetting what I was talking about. Oh no, not you as well. Yay! Hang on, I didn't get the keys there for, I've got to change it to one player. Alright, here we go. I want the computer, there we go. There you go, thank you. I wanted the red because I had a Rally Extra burner which was red and white. Right, S to stop. Let's have a look. Oh, we moved the camera now. Hang on a minute. Bloody millennial battery in the camera. I can't remember how you oh yeah, you press 5 to pedal it. He's not very good, the old David Darling, or is it Richard Darling? They obviously recorded someone playing it, you know, like the data for the joystick input. Aslan, what are you doing? It's not a litter tray, mate. Go on, get out. Go on. Shh. And you. Good thing I won that race. I'd be in an even worse mood. Oh, I did buy some hot dogs. I only got 3 hot dog buns. And they're small hot dog buns. And the hot dogs are quite big. So that's a bit shit. I'll be going to the food warehouse at 8:30 tomorrow. So no membership required, remember? You should remember that because that was on the video not that long ago. I'll probably stitch these all together actually. Oh no, see, he's magically got better at this one, isn't he? Ah, he's a Hustler, isn't it? I wonder if Hustler came out on the Amstrad. Actually, I don't know what a good football game is for the Amstrad. On the C64, obviously, it's, well, for side-on is international soccer. I can't be doing with all that fannying about animation when they, you know, turning round. Ah, no, it beat me, innit? So the graphics do look different, which is kind of odd. I would imagine they'll use the same 16. Ah! I knew it was a mistake. Oh! Ah, that's always the thing, isn't it? Alright, well that's this race over with then. So I finished watching Fringe today and bloody hell. Yeah, that kind of sums it up perfectly, mate. Am I going the right way now? See, if I haven't got him to follow, kind of puts me off a bit now. Ah, come on. See, I haven't got my CRT glasses on. I can't tell which way it's facing. Because I haven't got my glasses on. Nah, it's a real fuck up, this one. Failed to qualify. Game over. Yeah, I do like that. Everyone should have got a BMX simulator. It's a pretty good game, 2-player game. It's not a bad 1-player game. Obviously no one's around my house, isn't it? Don't know if the camera's gonna last long enough actually. And the camera keeps moving. Stop it! My mate got this cover tape demo of Get Dexter. I can't remember what magazine, probably Amstrad Action. He did buy that one a lot. He didn't buy Amtics. He probably tried a few issues, but he didn't buy that. So maybe Amtics wasn't good. I don't know. The artwork was good on Amtics, obviously, because it was Oliver Frey, but he didn't really care about that. And he went gaga over this game. Gaga! It was like an isometric version of the kind of arcade adventures he loved, with puzzle solving, which he loved. And I do remember him trying to convince me it was like the best game in the world. And I'm like, it's not really my kind of game, but the graphics are great. And he really liked the music. I can't remember what the music's like. Because I do have an actual copy of this game, the full game, but I don't load. Some idiot didn't rewind it, possibly because his CPC was the one who, you know, buggered up the actual tape. But I do remember my mate getting this cover tape demo and he couldn't wait to get this game. Absolutely couldn't wait. It was like counting the days until it was in the shops. He'd probably be asking the, you know, the bloke who ran Video Wheels, which was kind of like an electronics shop. They used to sell hi-fis, videos, TVs, and computers. Amstrad, Spectrum, Commodore, and also games for those three computers. Nothing else though. This was before the Amiga and ST came out. So yeah, I do remember that. This is definitely going to be one of his all-time favourite games. Don't know how much he remembers about that shit, but he's had a bit of a hard life. No, I'm not ringing him. I rang him 3 times in a row. And I thought, well, I'll just wait until he rings me now. It's been more than 2 years. It might even be, no, I think it has been 2 years actually. But yeah, I'll have to check that. It's definitely more than a year anyway. Well, CDT to WAV is still playing the file, so. And like I said, Ikari Warriors is the only one that fails. I don't know why. I don't know what that means. Option 1, 2. Okay, which one am I? Here we go. It's really colourful, really fast. And you can move all the objects around. That's the thing with this game. But I don't know what you've got to do. So you can jump on the beds. Why can't I go out the doors? Oh, I don't want to block the door, obviously. Okay, this is great. I can't even work out how you get out of the bloody room. Okay, this is no good. I think we have to get the syringe there. There seems to be a syringe up there. So I think you can actually move every object. So I'm getting confused with it. Hey! Moss's blonde scientific friend. I just want to push the desk. Leave me alone. This is going well, isn't it? For the demo, I can't even get out of the first screen. So I reckon See, I'm getting confused now. No, I can't get up on that thing. I'm sure there's something funny going on here. But it's very fast, this game, and very colourful. Oh no. No, I won't get up there. I don't know how I'm supposed to get out of the room. Maybe there's a key I have to press to get out of the room. He won't follow me onto the bed. He's a scientist, but he's too dumb to do that. Can't think of anything else that's yeah, I can't get out of the room. Well, that's the most shit introduction to Get Dexter you've ever seen. But this is what I mean. Obviously I don't have the magazine to explain anything. But yeah, I think we'll end it there, because